皆さんこんにちは、ダニです。So, I'm finally starting my YouTube channel. Yay! Many people have asked me like, how did you get your job in Japan? Or why did you even choose to work in Japan in the first place? So, in order to answer those questions, I decided to make this video today. Quick disclaimer, this video isn't necessarily meant to be educational. It's mainly so that I can just share my story with you on how I challenged the job hunting process or the Japanese shukatsu as a foreigner whose second language is Japanese. But if you want me to make a video on that, I can do that as well. So please let me know in the comments below if you want a video on how to actually do the shukatsu process. Oh, and also 多分今日は日本語と英語を混ざって話したいと思いますので、ちょっとすいません。許してください。So, what is the Japanese shukatsu or shuushoku katsudou? Essentially, it's extremely long, extremely competitive, and extremely hard. So, yeah, unlike in Canada where most people start their job hunting process in their fourth year of university or even after they graduate, in Japan, people start their job hunting process a year or a year and a half early. Most people start in their third year of university. And not only that, everyone goes through the exact same process and it happens at the exact same time for every student in the country, and every single company that's looking for new graduates is doing this exact same process. That means that you're not only doing this for an entire year or a year and a half, but you're also competing with every single person who is looking for a job that is graduating in the same year as you across the entire country. So, yes. Anyways, I brought my laptop so that I can show you a really convenient graph. Thank you, Google search. In their third year, Japanese students start with jikobunseki and higyo or gyokai kenkyu, which is essentially a self-assessment to figure out what your interests are, what motivates you to work, and secondly, what kind of industry you would like to go into. After that, you'll be doing internships in the summer of your third year. You'll be doing obi oji homon, which is essentially old boy, old girl, like sessions. Old boy, old girl just basically refers to senpai or somebody in the company that you want to work at. I don't know why they call them old boy, old girl. Anyways, after all that fun stuff, you'll be attending setsumeikai, essentially explanation sessions about what the company is like. After that, you'll be submitting your entori shito or ES, and then you'll be taking a test, and then finally, you will probably be doing on average 3 interviews consisting of a group discussion, HR, interview, and then a department head interview. After all of those, you will finally get your job. So after explaining how hard the process is, why do I even want to work in Japan in the first place, right? これはちょっと長い話になるんですけれども、北海道大学で1年間の留学をした時に友達のスタートアップで3ヶ月ぐらいマーケティングをやりましたので、その結果マーケティングめっちゃ好きだなって気づいてて、これ仕事としてやりたいって気づいて、でもカナダの就活をやったらマーケティング企業に入りづらいですね。そういう、専門じゃないとそういう企業にすごい入りづらい。それか2年間ぐらいのプロフェッショナル経験が必要。そういうことがあるなら入るけど、私の専門は政治と東アジア研究ですので、やっぱりちょっとマーケティングに入れるのかなっていう、悩みがありつつ、日本での就活ですとどの専門でも少しより入りやすいなんじゃないかなって思いましたので、日本の就活を挑戦しようって思いました。そして私も日本語も英語も話せるから一番使いやすいところとしては日本なんじゃないですかですからそれが2つ目の理由でした。で3つ目の理由は札幌で1年間ぐらい住んでてこういう生活がいいんだなって思いましたですね。例えば交通が非常に便利、食べ物が美味しくて安い。で3つ目の理由は温泉銭湯です。そういう生活は欲しいですので日本で働きたいと思いました。Alright, so now that you know the backstory, I'm going to be explaining my experience with the entire shukatsu process. 私は2020年の10月にカナダに帰国しました。もうみんな10月ぐらいはもう自己分析とか企業研究はもうしましたから遅かったですね。1ヶ月だけしかなかったですので10月から11月ぐらいまで で自己分析と業界企業研究をやりました。それを全部した後に、よし、let's apply for jobs って思ったんですけれども、there were 4 different ways that I could have applied for a job, and I'll explain what those are. The first way was doing the shukatsu like a normal Japanese university student. So that would involve going on places like Rikunabi or like another one of the recruiting websites. The second way was to apply as somebody who is a bilingual in both English and Japanese. This way was essentially going on either Boston Career Forum or Jobhaku. If you're curious, I'll link them all in the description below. Third way was to apply as somebody who only speaks English. So these jobs are mainly jobs like English teaching jobs is the most popular one. This would be through websites like gaijinpop.com or Daijob. And then finally, the last way would be to apply as a working professional through a recruiting agency. So like EN World or Hayes Recruitment. So eventually I decided not to do the first way because自分の日本語にそんなに自信がなかったですね。ネイティブの日本人の大学生よりはやっぱりちょっと衰えてるなって気がしてて、3つ目の方法としてはなんか英語だけしか喋らない人向けの就活はやらなかった理由は、今まで日本語を勉強してきましたので、やっぱりどうしても仕事で使いたいなって思いましたので、それは選ばなかったですね。で、最後の方法は、挑戦したんですけれども、やっぱり新卒ですので進めなかった。Obviously because I wasn't a working professional, it didn't work. So I did this second way for Japanese and English bilinguals, and out of all of the websites that I chose, I found that the Boston Career Forum was the best one. So I decided to focus solely on the Boston Career Forum. So, what is the Boston Career Forum and how did I get my job through this career forum? The Boston Career Forum, as you can see on their website, it says that they are the largest career forum for Japanese and English bilinguals across the world. And actually, if this was not COVID, we would actually have to go straight to Boston. Luckily for me, because コロナがあってもなくてもI wouldn't be able to afford going to Boston anyways, so オンラインでやっててよかったなって思いました。So let me tell you how I applied for this forum. First, I made an account on the Boston Career Forum and I had to make a resume in Japanese and in English. Then I applied for the 説明会 of a lot of different companies, which 正直めちゃくちゃ大変でした。で、なぜかというとタイミングがやばすぎて、もうなんか時差のせいでカナダの0時から朝の3時まで説明会が行いましたので、何回も寝不足で参加しましたが、しょうがないっちゃしょうがないでしたよね。Anyways, so after participating in the 説明会, I would scroll and look through all of the companies that I was still interested in, and then if I decided to apply, I would just and then submit my resume and wait. So after a few days or even a few weeks, I would receive an email from the companies who were interested in me, and in the email they would give me a link to make an account on their own recruiting website. Once I make an account on the recruiting website, I would submit my entry sheet. And 正直日本語が私の第二言語ですので、それが本当に難しくて、もう何回もなんか自分の文法が合ってるのかなって悩んでました。If they say, okay, your entry sheet looks good, then I would have to do the SPI or a test, which was also hard because like the language portion, they'd be like, この漢字の読み方は何ですか? And I was like, 全く知らない。So, yeah, それは大変でしたね。で、しかも、10月から就活始めましたので、もう勉強する時間もなくて、しかもカナダにいましたので、その SPI の本は全くなくて、どうやって準備しようかなってなんかすごい苦労した点ですね、それは。After you do pass, then comes the interview. The interviews were basically either group discussions or recorded interviews. But how I prepared for my interviews is a whole other story. There's this website called gaishuukatsu.com and it's like the best thing ever. This website, you can search up any company. And past participants of the entry sheet and the 面接 will put what the entry sheet and what the 面接 was like from years and years and years ago. どうやって自分の面接に準備したのかっていうと、主に外就活 .com をなんか参考にして昔の質問とかを、ノートに書いてて、全ての質問に対して自分の答えを想像して書いたんですね。でその答えをもう何回も自分の鏡の前で練習したはいでもうやっぱり何回練習しても緊張しますね。特に私の日本語合ってるのかな、私はなんか変なこと言ってるのかな、こういう言い方は日本語にもあるのかな、英語はあるんだけど日本語にもあるのかなっていう悩みがなんかこうあってて、すごい緊張してたんですけれども、3つくらいの会社の二次面接までに行ってでそこで落ちたんですけれども、最後の会社だけがなんか最終面接まで行って結局内定をもらいました。非常に長いプロセスでしたがこういう結果にたどり着いた。That's basically how I did the entire process. First beginning with the 自己分析 and then doing the 会社の説明会. And then after that, I joined the Boston Career Forum, submitted my resume, submitted my entry sheet, did the tests, took 3-4 interviews from each company, and then finally I was able to get the job. It literally took me from October of 2020 all the way to June of 2021. Yeah, it was really hard because I was trying to graduate at the same time, but I had a lot of help, and I am really blessed to be able to say that I was able to get a job at the very end of it. これからは待つだけですね。来年の4月は東京に働くつもりですが、今はコロナのせいで日本は入国制限があるので行けるかどうかはわからないんですが、お祈りします。So that's the story about how I got my job in Japan. 最後まで見ていただきありがとうございました。ご登録もお願いいたします。So yeah, I'm going to be posting a lot more videos from now on about 北海道 and 文化の違いとか。Bye! See you next time. Bye bye. Peace.